Alright, so example 2 now. Still solving linear equations. So now we're given 3x plus 4 is equal to 4x plus 8. So now notice one thing. We have an x there. We have an x there. So now how do you solve these ones? So when you're solving these ones that have a variable on the left hand side and a variable on the right hand side, is that your first rule is to collect the variables onto your left hand side. So let me write it there. Collect variables onto your left hand side. Collect variables to left hand side. Right? So the 3x is already on my left hand side. I leave that. Right? I have a 4 there. So I write the plus 4 there. Right? But what happens now is that I want to take this plus 4x and I want to bring it this side. So what happens? What happens if you take something that is on the right hand side and you bring it to the left hand side? It changes sign. So that's the one important thing. So that 4x now becomes negative 4x. Moves from being a positive 4x to being a negative 4x, right? I still have my equal to sign there. And then what's left on my right hand side is just the 8. Do you get what I mean? And so as your second step now, you try to take this 4 to the right hand side. So you collect your constants, collect constants to right hand side. Right? So I'm trying to take this 4 and I'm taking it to the right hand side. It moves from being a positive 4 to being a negative 4 on the right hand side. So I'll be left with 3x. That 3x is still on my left hand side. The negative 4x that I just brought in the previous step. And then now I have the 8 that was already there, originally on the right hand side. And the 4 becomes a minus 4. Let me put it in a different color. Minus 4. So do you see? So now I have this. I went from having that to having this. I have my variables on my left hand side and I have my constants on my right hand side. So now I solve. What is 3x minus 4x? That just gives you negative x. What is 8 minus 4? That just gives you 4. Am I done? No, guys, I'm not done. I'm looking for just x. Right now it's negative x. So what do? So remember, when there's a negative x like that, it's as if there's a 1 there. We don't write the 1, but we know it's there. Do you get what I mean? And so how do I get rid of the coefficient of x there? I divide by it. Divide by negative 1 there. You divide by negative 1 there. Right? So here the negative 1 and the negative 1 cancels. I just have x. And here 4 divided by negative 4. Plug that into your calculator if you're not sure. A positive divided by a negative gives you a negative. Negative 4. And so that is what x is. So do you get it? Let me just revise. First step, collect your variables onto your left hand side. I took a 4x there, brought it to my left hand side, became negative 4x. I took a 4 here, took it to the right hand side, it became a negative 4. So the only thing I want you guys to note is the sign changes. This changes sign. That's what I want you to know. All right.